DC machines. Today we will discuss the construction and working use of the DC machine. So we will discuss about the Maxwell-Korski rule. The direction of the rotation gives the direction of the magnetic field, and the tip will give the direction of the current. So Maxwell-Korski rule say that hold the Korski in the right hand and rotate it in the clockwise in such a way that it advances in the direction of current. Then the direction in which the hand rotates will be the direction of the magnetic lines of force. Now we'll discuss very important basic law of the electrical machine, that is Fleming's rule. One is Fleming's left hand rule and Fleming's right hand rule. So the pictorial view of the Fleming's left hand rule is shown in the figure. So hold your thumb, forefinger and middle finger of the left hand in the orthogonal together, in which the thumb gives the direction of the force and forefinger will give the direction of magnetic field and middle finger give the direction of the current. The Fleming's left hand rule used to determine the direction of the force acting on a current carrying conductor placed in the magnetic field. The middle finger, the forefinger and the thumb of the left hand are kept at right angles to one another. The middle finger represents the direction of the current. The forefinger represents the direction of the magnetic field. The thumb will indicate the direction of the force acting on the conductor. So this rule, Fleming's left hand rule, is used in case of motor, DC motor. Now we'll see the Fleming's right hand rule, in which the pictorial representation of the right hand rule is shown in the screen. Then we stretch your thumb, forefinger and middle finger in orthogonal together, in which the thumb indicates the motion of the force, the forefinger gives the magnetic field and middle finger gives the direction of the induced current. Fleming's right hand rule used to determine the direction of EMF induced in a conductor. The middle finger, the forefinger and thumb of the left hand are kept at right angle to one another. The forefinger represents the direction of the magnetic field, the thumb represents the direction of the motion of the conductor, and the middle finger will indicate the direction of the induced EMF. So this rule is used in DC generator. Fleming's right hand rule is used in case of DC generator. So now we'll discuss about the Lenz law. The direction of induced EMF is given by Lenz law. According to this law, the induced EMF will be acting in such a way so as to oppose the vehicles of production of heat. We know that the Faraday's second law of electromagnetic induction, the magnitude of the induced EMF is equal to the rate of change of flux linkage. In this case, E equal to minus ND by dt volts. So this negative sign is coming from the Lenz law. The effect opposes the cause. DC generator, the, the DC generator is the DC generator which converts the mechanical energy into electrical energy. DC generator which converts the mechanical energy into electrical energy. So To build the voltage, to generate the voltage, we need the three essential components, the essential requirement, conductor, magnetic field, and anyone in motion. That is conductors, magnetic field, and mechanical energy. So this is the North Pole and South Pole. So whenever the conductor crosses the magnetic field, an EMF will be induced in the conductor. So the stationary conductor will not produce any EMF in a stationary magnetic field. Working principle of the generator. A generator works on the principle of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Whenever a conductor is moved in the magnetic field, an EMF is induced, and the magnitude of the induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux linkage. This EMF causes a current flow if the conductor circuit is closed. So now this is the cross-sectional view or the cutting view of the DC machine. Basically, the DC machine consists of two parts like the stator or the stator frame or the yoke, and the rotor. Rotor is the rotating part, and rotor is also called as armature. Details we'll discuss in the next slide. So this is the sectional view of the DC machine, four-pole DC machine, in which it consists of four physical poles or four main poles, and in addition to that, there are other poles like interpole winding. Construction of the DC generator. Generally, the DC generator consists of field system, armature core, armature winding, commutator, and brushes. So this is the processional view of the four-pole DC generator. Field winding, this one, rotor and rotor winding. So it is the rotating part or the armature, and commutator bars and the armatures are placed in the same axis. This is the complete view of the rotor. Working principle of the DC motor. When the electric current passes through a coil in a magnetic field, the magnetic force produces a torque which turns the DC motor. The magnitude of the force F equal to BIL X perpendicular to both wire and the magnetic field. Working principle of the DC motor. So this is a single turn coil carrying conductor rotating in a magnetic field. It will experience the force. So this is the force in DC motor, so which can be explained using the Fleming's left-hand rule. Armature winding. So there are two types of windings, like lap winding and A winding. So in case of lap winding, A equal to P, where A is the number of parallel paths, P is the number of poles. The armature windings are divided into number of sections equal to the number of poles. But in case of wave winding, number of parallel paths is always equal to. It is used in low current output and high voltage. Field system. It is a for the uniform magnetic field within which the armature rotates. Electromagnets are preferred in comparison with the permanent magnets, and these are very cheap, smaller in size, produce a greater magnetic effect, and the field strength can be varied. Field system consists of the following parts like yoke, pole cores, pole switch, and the field coils. Armature core. The armature core is cylindrical, and it is made of the high permeability silicon steel stamping. Generally, the armature core is laminated in order to reduce the eddy current loss. Next, coming to the commutator, it is the mechanical rectifier in case of DC generator, and mechanical inverter in case of DC motor. Now we have carbon brush to collect the current from the commutator. This is the pictorial view of the brush rocks and the holder. Carbon brush. Brush leads, brush rockers, front end covers, rear end covers, cooling fan bearing terminal box. And this is about the construction of the DC machine.